to another Swiggin Steve's Bargain Beer Reviews, a place where you can find beers at a bargain price and I review them. So I'm going to say bye bye. I've been reviewing reviewing the cans recently and going through some real sort of commercial stuff. Bye bye. I'm saying bye bye to the cans. I've had enough for the cans now. I want to try something a bit nice and something that I've had for a long time. And this is another Adnams beer, and it's a craft beer. Well, in part of this new craft range that breweries are doing now in these 330 bottles. And cast your minds back, I did a dry hop lager by Adnams, and this was on, and not in the same deal, but was at job lot at the same time for the same price. So this came in at 50p a bottle, and when you go into the shop, they're about 150 plus a bottle. I went on the website, and yeah, they are. So I can't understand, because it's still in date as well. I can't understand why it's so cheap. Absolutely beautiful artwork on it. I love this sort of. This one's called Crystal IPA. Yeah, so I just love this new sort of image they've got. Quite contemporary looking, I suppose, but quite traditional at the same time. Nice little beer cap there. Don't know if it's zoomed in or not. The camera sometimes does, sometimes it doesn't. The last one was exactly the same, but it was a different colour. So I think the colour coding, they've got the same bottle caps for each one, but they've got a different colour code. Okay, so Adnams, massive brewery. I've talked about them before. Brewing loads of stuff. They're brewing a lot of beers abroad now. They're brewing to export abroad. But also, I've noticed on the website they're brewing beer like lagers and stuff from other breweries. So they're using. So basically, other breweries from America are using Adnams as a place to brew their beer. High quality lagers as well. High quality, not rubbish stuff, not like Stella, but some good stuff. Can't remember the names now. What is it? Oh, can't remember. So yeah. So back to the beer. So Crystal IPA. Yeah, really exciting. I've tried this already, and I do remember it being nice. So it's not going to be a bad beer. This. So if you're looking forward to seeing Miss Slater beer, then turn over, because this is going to be quite nice. Can't remember how nice. I know it was nice. So we'll see. But an IPA, so I imagine it's going to be quite heavily hopped, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Oh god, yeah, on the smell, it smells like it's got a lot of American hops in this. Very, very hoppy. Very, very. I think it's going to be dry. You can usually tell when it's going to be a dry bitter. Just by oh god, yeah, loads of more smells are coming through. Initially, I was getting like a really almost like a very sour, sort of lemon lime sort of smell. But now I'm getting some sort of like underlying mango smells and some peaches in that as well. And I've not even swished it round in the bloody glass yet, so I'm looking forward to this. So here we go. Let's treat this one with some respect. As all beers, I treat all my beers with respect, even the tinnies. Treat them with a little bit of respect. Make sure you sort of pour them properly. Leave that to settle a bit, so you can see it's quite a dark one. It's like a dark toffee colour. With the light behind it, it looks a bit lighter, but it's quite. It's not a pale beer. To say it's IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale, and I wouldn't say that's particularly pale. So, can we say it's an IPA? I don't know. As long as it tastes good, I couldn't really give a damn, to be honest with you. So yeah, you can tell. Yeah, really sort of dry, prickly, what I call prickly. The kind of hops that will probably really eat away at your taste buds on your tongue, claw away at them. Really sour, really citrusy. Citrus is the word, massively citrusy. But I think there's like an underlying maltiness to it as well, which is quite nice. Purple violets. Those purple, were they called purple violets or something? Them purple sweets used to get, the ones that were horrible, but it smells quite nice in a beer. That, yeah, sort of floral smell. Floral smells, I think, is the word I'm looking for. I can't wait to get in. It's making my mouth water. It smells that good. It smells like loads are going off in this beer. So here we go. Cheers, Adnams. You never let me down. Never had ever had a bad Adnams beer. Oh God, yeah. Ooh. I'm almost getting a toffee on it, actually. I'm almost getting like a toffee maltiness into that. It's like you get hit by these really sour, bitter, dry hops, and in my opinion, a little bit too dry for my taste. However, this would accompany like a spicy dish, or it would accompany something like pie. I think, like a steak pie. I know that contradicts these sort of bitter ales, but I think it would do, like just to wash your dinner down with, just to take the edge off that bitterness. Because it is a little bit too bitter for me. But I'm not going to hold it against this beer, because some people love bitter beers. This beer is brewed for people that like the really dry, bitter beers. I like hoppy beers, but not necessarily dry ones. So what kind of hops are we getting? Well, I'm going to have another drink. Yeah, sickly, quite sickly tasting. So you're getting like a very citrusy, lemony, limey sort of taste in your tongue. Grapefruit's the flavour, yes, grapefruit in there. But everything's kind of masked by the maltiness, so you're not getting a lot of the fruit. You're getting almost the bitterness, and you're getting a tang of it, and then the sort of maltiness takes over a little bit, and you end up with like almost like a really bitter, malty taste in your mouth, which is nice. It's lovely, really pleasant, complex beer. Treat with respect, I suppose. Handle with care, as the travelling Wilburys would have said. R.I.P. Roy Orbison, R.I.P. George Harrison. The other ones are still alive, I think. Jeff, Tom, Petty, and Bob Dylan. Yeah. So anyway, back to the beer. So hops, I think. I know they use the Mosaic hop quite a lot, which is a British hop, I think, Mosaic, but tastes like an American one. I'm guessing could be a Cascade in there, because it's got like a Cascade sort of lemony, melony sort of essence, maybe. Chinook, possibly Citra. All these big hitting American hops. Amarillo, possibly, maybe in there as well. But it's a cocktail of hops in there, with a cocktail of malts as well, I think. I'm guessing crystal malts in there, because it's called Crystal Rye IPA, so I'm guessing there's crystal malts in it. That's giving it that toffee taste. Lovely. Lovely, but I couldn't have too many of these because it's bitter. It's really, really bitter. It kind of does, it's sour. It kind of makes your mouth rub it like that. If you drink lager and you pick one of these up, you're not going to like it. It's going to be way too bitter. It'll be overpowering. You'll be like, ugh. If you are somebody that likes your bitter beers, then you'll love this. If you like your IPAs, if you like strong floral IPAs, you'll love this. If you like something that's a bit different, you'll like this. If you really respect beer, you'll like this. Okay, basically. But it is bitter, so it is a warning, a little bit of a warning note, dry and bitter. So it will make you go. Okay, so let's read the back. Crystal Rye IPA, rye beer, always best served chilled, which it is. Always serve your beer chilled. Don't freeze it, because you'll not get the flavours through. You know, you're better drinking it warm than drinking it freezing cold, like out of the freezer or out of the fridge, if it's been in the fridge for too long, that is. Adnams Jack brand beers pay homage to the generations of brewers that have come before us, with a firm nod to our history. I think I did that in my first video. We've added an exciting slurp of the modern, made with bags of US hops, crystal rye malt, a fine ale with a big bold citrus pine. I didn't pick up on the pine, so yeah, pine. Subtle toffee, got the toffee, robust, smooth and full bodied. Well, it's certainly that. I mean, it is quite, it's basically what we're talking here on the volume spectrum. I can't find it. There's a volume on this thing. I don't actually know. 1.7 units. I think it's about 5 point something. Whoops. That bumming can. It's coming back to haunt me. Oh, there we go. It's sitting really dodgy right. Exactly 5%. So 5%. So it's not a session. I wouldn't say it's a session beer. I think 5% is just pushing it a bit too far for session beers. You know, you're looking between 3.5 to 4.5 for a session, but it's a good beer. I mean, it might be something like when you go to a pub and you've had something a bit different. You know, you're getting fed up of sessioning and having pints. Maybe you want to slow down a bit. Maybe have one of these. You know, and savour it a bit more. So 50p, scores on the board. Well, it's not the... I went mental over the dry hop lager. It's possibly one of the nicest lagers, nicest beers I've ever drunk. I thought it was fantastic. It's not as nice as that, this one. I'm going to give this a... The price was 50 pence. Take that into consideration. At that price, at 50p, it's got to be a 9. I can't go lower than a 9 because of the quality of the beer. It's not to my taste entirely, but it's a lovely beer, really, really nice. And for 50p, it's got to be a bargain. It's got to be the one. So, cheers, Adnams, for another lovely beer. I would have happily paid, you know, $1.50 for that. You know. Cheers, viewers, and I'll see you next time.